Oh, Pisces, I have something to tell you. I did your whole reading, and I had my microphone on, but I forgot to turn it on. And so it didn't record any sound. The reading is there, but there's no sound. And it was such a lovely reading. So I've decided what I'm going to do is put a voice over on it and try to talk through the video and explain everything from that reading. The cards are there. I'll be able to see them all. I'm so sorry about that because it was lovely and I thought I did a good job talking through it. But I hate to toss it and start over. Like I said, it was a very nice reading. So let's see what we can do to salvage it. Bear with me. Well, Pisces, I hope that you're having a good week. You're probably hot. It certainly is a warm week. I'm using the Phantomwise deck. It's the brand new deck, and I like it so much that I've been using it for all the signs lately. So the first card we're going to be looking at is the card that represents you and where you are right now. And just in case I haven't mentioned it, we are doing the Celestial Navigation spread. And I've probably mentioned this before, but it's the spread that came in the guidebook with the Phantomwise deck. So card number 1 is, where is Pisces right now? What's Pisces doing right now? Okay. In Pisces, you are being represented by the Knight of Swords. Now the next card we're asking for represent what helps you in your life. This card will represent a helper for you at this time. It's the Six of Cups. And I'm noticing right now that Scorpio, I believe, had very similar cards at the beginning of their spread. So I don't know if Scorpio is an important person in your life. The third card in this spread is going to be something that's fading out of your life or out of your focus or out of your attention. So it's something that's fading. And that's the Magician. Very lovely cards on the table so far, Pisces. This card that's going to go right in the heart of the spread is the thing that's in your attention right now. What's in your immediate focus? What's in your attention right now? It's Temperance. Temperance is a card of Sagittarius, so I don't know if Sagittarius is an important person in your life, or perhaps you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart. And now I'm asking, what is it that you haven't seen or haven't considered yet? What's outside of your view that you don't know about yet, and so you haven't thought about it yet? And it's the Wheel of Fortune. The very last card in this spread is your goal, or your destiny, or where you're headed. And once again, I do apologize for any muffling of sound. This has all been a surprise to me. I didn't know I would be doing a voiceover. It's the Page of Wands. Well, the Page of Wands is a messenger. All pages are. So I'll draw a card to see what the message is. And it's the Queen of Cups. And Pisces, that's your signature queen as a water sign. She's the water queen. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. So the first thing I'm noticing is that you are represented by the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords would be one who is assertive and one who is they're taking action. And they can be very fast. The Knight of Swords is the fastest knight. So I see you as somebody who is taking action in your life. And what comes out in this spread as your helper is the Six of Cups. And now you see the things I'm talking about are out of line with what I'm showing you. Here I'm talking about the knight being assertive. I'm probably telling you the knight can be aggressive, but I'm not seeing anything in the spread here that indicates aggression. So what helps you is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups would be something from your past, something you did in your past, something you learned in the past about yourself or about other people or about life. It could be as far back in the past as your childhood. Maybe, maybe not, but it's definitely something from your past is helping you now. I'm telling you now that this queen may be a confidant. She may be somebody who comes into your life and is a good friend, somebody you can confide in, somebody who is capable of listening to all your feelings. Or it could be that you are somebody's confidant. I see that what's fading out of your life is the Magician, and I see that you're probably letting go of the idea that you have control over everything. And what represents you is Temperance, Pisces. And that's very good. Temperance is one who would find balance and wouldn't go to one extreme or the other. But Temperance would be a patient person. And if you are in a mind to think of angels, Temperance could indicate that you are being watched over and protected by angelic beings or angelic forces. So you have relinquished the idea that you have control. You are staying centered and balanced. And then what we don't see is, or what we haven't thought of yet, is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune indicates change. It's the wheel turning. It's things changing. And I think we're living in a time where we definitely do have a lot of changes going on. Our lives are changing. Our country's changing. Our world is changing. Our technology, I mean, everything is changing. And so it's very good and very mature of you, I think, to be the person who says, I'm realizing I don't have control over everything in a changing world. And so I am going to just try and remain balanced and patient and hold on fast. And maybe you're trusting that you are being watched over and protected. If not, please do keep that in mind. Now I'm looking back here at this Queen of Cups, and I'm seeing that she does really turn up with the Page of Wands. And the page is a young fire sign, could very well be a child. And this could be a child and mother, actually. I don't know if that resonates with all the Pisces who are listening to this reading, but it does just strike me that there could be a child and a mother here together. And since they're at the top of the reading, at the top of the spread, I do think that's worth noticing. I just wanted to mention it. I don't know if you can hear, but there is a kitty in the room meowing. Now, what's on the bottom of the deck, Pisces, is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, I know that with the Magician fading out of your attention and your focus, that you are probably relinquishing the idea that you have control in this changing world. However, the Three of Wands still is very much focused on their future. It's an enterprising card. It's a card of entrepreneurship. It's a card of creating. It's a card of business. It's a card of expanding your future. Here, I'm picking it up. I'm finally catching up with myself here. So, yes, now I'm pointing out that you have relinquished control, and yet you are still thinking, even in this changing world, of how you are going to better yourself and build your future. And that this is the Six of Pentacles, and I'm thinking that you have something that you want to share with the world, or something that you want to give to the world. In this picture now, you can see a woman in the window, and I really do think that is you, Pisces. Here you are as the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is the single woman, and she's sitting on her pentacles. You can see that, indicating that she has a lot of money, and she's done very well for herself as a single person. And I don't know if you have a lot of money that you've been earning and saving up for yourself. But if it's not money, then you have an abundance of something else that's important to you. And this is the card of working and mastery. So you could be earning money and working, but it also looks as though you are working on your relationships, because this is the Two of Cups, and isn't it lovely with little bunnies? And the nature of your relationships is changing. That's what the Death card would indicate. And now I'm coming back to this, and I'm wondering if you are working on a relationship with a child, maybe your child. Maybe you're remembering something from your own childhood. Something that's put you in a good position right now. Some lesson you learned, some knowledge or wisdom you acquired back then. So you're working on building your best life. That's what the Four of Wands would be. And here pretty soon I'm going to hold up the Three of Wands, and I'm going to explain that the Four of Wands is the successful outcome of the Three of Wands. In the Three of Wands, the person is building a business. And the Four of Wands is a celebration of the success of that business. The Four of Wands is the stable foundations of a family living on the success of that business. So those two cards, one leads into the other there. And here I'm pointing out that the Hermit card is the one who is wise and who is comfortable being on their own. We've got two cards of people being on their own. Here's the Knight of, or not the Knight, the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit. They're both cards of people going off on their own. And what the Hermit is following the light of their own wisdom, following the light in their own lamp. And I probably will put these cards back in the deck in the wrong order. But that's all right, we've talked about them. So overall, this is such a nice and positive reading. And it shows a lot of maturity on your part and a lot of wisdom. So right now, Pisces, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to look at the week ahead. This will be for the 19th of July through the 25th of July, so Sunday. This reading will post on Sunday the 19th, so it'll be Sunday the 19th through Saturday the 25th. Okay, so what do we have for Monday? We have the Five of Wands. Now, this could indicate that 3 people are working on a project together, or it could indicate that there is some situation that you've dropped your baton and walked away from. Now, it could be that you feel like there's some people ganging up on another person. Maybe they're gossiping. Maybe they're talking shit about somebody, and you've decided that you don't want to be any part of it. I kind of get that feeling. The other possibility is that you're all working together to accomplish something. You're working together in a group. Now here is the King of Cups, and this may very well indicate, Pisces, that somebody thinks a lot of you or maybe loves you. I don't know if you have somebody who's pursuing a romantic relationship with you. Also, this person could be a counselor of some sort. So then Sunday, Monday, on Tuesday, here we are now thinking of our future again and our plans for the future. And I wanted to point out that when you're thinking about your plans for the future, just every day, do something in that direction and the magic will happen. Here's the Three of Swords on Wednesday. It seems like you're having a little melancholy thought about some heartache from the past. So beware. On Wednesday, you may grow sad for a minute, maybe going through some period of grief. But it looks like on Thursday, then, you're recovering and you're feeling brighter. Or it could also mean that you've come to some new understanding about that grieving process. You know, there are the different phases of grief. I was thinking about that when I saw these cards. And it could be that you've reached some sort of state of enlightenment. And then we have Saturday, I believe. And Saturday, we are back to our happy life with our community of kindred spirits and our network of people who we live a good life with. Just going back here and talking about this, we all do reflect on our hurts. I'm talking about the stages of grief here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yes. And now I'm going to look at, there we go. And we'll look at the, now this would be Sunday, but anyway, we've come back to that Nine of Pentacles again. And I was pointing out how, like, the Four of Wands, if we're living our very happy life and we're enjoying some amount of success and abundance, then the Four of Wands might ask us to, like, sit and think, you know, about all the things in our life that we've achieved and all the things that we have an abundance of that make us feel secure and happy. And it's always a time to make us feel grateful for those successes in our life. I think that's what I'm talking about here. And so now, if I pick up the deck and look at the card on the bottom, we're right back where we started with the card that represents you, the Knight of Swords. And now that we're at the end of the reading, I have a new dimension of what it means. I think it's a person who has and who is in the process of moving on from the past, and somebody with great resilience and drive who's ready to manifest their future. And I think it's been a very lovely reading. Congratulations to you, Pisces, and your experience and your wisdom. And until we meet again, please know that I love you. Night, night.